As we all know, the Earth has not been very peaceful in recent years. I slept around the day before. Guess what? Hey picked up a big baby and came back. Is this the handle that controls some secret weapon? I was so scared that I quickly connected to the computer. Unexpectedly, he could still play games. Oh, I remember. This seems to have been cut by an icebreaker, and it seems to be their latest handle. Crush. In fact, many students don't know much about the brand of icebreaker until they saw their first-generation controller Dead Memories and began to attack instantly. It turned out that the strange Pixel controller was their first generation. I have to say that Icebreaker is indeed very bold in product design. And this Crush is the same. Now the Battle Damage Emperor you see is actually a customized version of Crush. The entire housing is made of aluminum alloy integrated molding process. Even the two joysticks are clear. The back is also engraved with a battle-damaged ZOE. What does this ZOE mean? Oh, it turns out to be their boss's English name. I have to say, is this beautiful boss of the Icebreaker more or less narcissistic? However, the official version does not have this signature. Because this battle-damaged version is limited to 999 units, and the price is as high as $599, it is estimated that Zhao Lao may be more interested. So let's mainly look at its regular version. Compared with the battle-damaged version just now, at first glance, the regular version feels a bit too plain. But the design essence of Crush happens to be here. That is simplicity. Both the front and back sides are very clean. There is not a single screw hole visible throughout the soft body. But the Icebreaker may be too extreme. Even the back part was terminated. Maybe many students are not very interested in this design style. That's okay, because of the design of the magnetic upper cover. So we can replace the cover in other colors. In fact, this design style is now very ordinary. But Crush was designed at the very beginning. It is carried out with the design concept of a sports car. Therefore, when we put on the official magnetic face shell, you will find that the color transparent shell will echo the silver color inside. There is a texture of car gas, unlike most handles that change face shells, because the regular version of Crush adopts a pure white design. Therefore, there is no sense of violation of the shell when paired with a light-colored shell, so users don't have to worry about buying a case. The problem of color matching after installation. In fact, for the overall delay of this handwriting, I am personally quite satisfied. But because of the magnetic design, so the screw hole and the magnetic hole are still the same. The aesthetics of the whole handle have an impact. It is also a pity that there is no expansion button in addition to this. In terms of grip, because Crush adopts a new all-tiger face design, the ID plus the entire back is very clean. It's so clean that there isn't even a single anti-slip mark. Therefore, the overall grip is very close to the palm of your hand. This comfort is something that no other handle can bring. But it is precisely because it is so clean. Even the face shell is glossy. No sunburn lines. Therefore, for students with sweaty hands, it is a bit of a shame. After using it for a long time, it will feel a little sticky. Let's take a look at the keys next. Feel the action keys. The guide glue scheme is adopted. The overall feel is closer to the Xbox controller. The cover parts and functional parts are both overload film schemes. The incarceration system uses a clear switch, but the cavity of imprisonment is a bit serious. After seeing the appearance and feel, next, let's take a look at the tuning handle at the algorithm level that many students are most concerned about. By default, 5% of the center point is given die and die regardless of qualitative depth. The overall activity area is polished into a circle, which is a pity. In order to ensure long-term use without drifting, Crush is not open. Turn on the function of no death mode. However, the other party said that the no death mode will be opened in the future. There is no problem with the linear value performance of the class. But in the second half of the game, there is a certain amount of vacancy in wired mode. The return rate of the handle can reach 500, but in the wireless state, only about 150. What is more interesting is that, in the wireless state, the resolution is around 500. But when it comes to the wired state, it becomes about 200 again. At the algorithm level, icebreakers still need to make further efforts. But the good news is that, in the future, Crush will fully upgrade the air instrument and will be launched soon. TMR rods can not only achieve the life of Hull rods. At the same time, it can achieve the accuracy and return rate of carbon film rods. Can even be 2000 Hz, and you can look forward to a wave in the future. Next, let's take a look at the internal materials. In fact, before I disassembled the machine, just from the exterior workmanship, you can feel that the inside of Crush should be good. But what I never expected was that after taking it apart, I found that it was similar to what I expected. There is no problem at all in terms of overall workmanship. Even the internal structure is excellent. The special person also made a plastic spare board to fix the PCB. And the battery compartment is integrated. The connection between the motor battery and the motherboard adopts a socket scheme. The soldering process of the entire PCB is also very pleasing to the eye. The joystick uses Kongines G116 Hall joystick. Generally speaking, the overall workmanship level of Crush is very good in the current industry. Breaking the patient as a new product in the field of familiar handles. It can be seen from the new design style and exquisite workmanship materials. They really want to make a product with excellent quality and novel design. And Crash has done this, but in terms of overall experience, perhaps it is still necessary to continue to work on the lack of expansion parts. It is destined to narrow its audience. The polishing of the joystick algorithm still needs further efforts. However, after upgrading the TMR joystick, you can expect a hand. If you are an FPS player, so there is basically no need to consider this product at this stage. If other players like Crush's unique design and delicate water pipes, you can still consider it. After all, it is still quite muddled in terms of workmanship.